Ciao ragazzi, this is Luche and you're now watching Growing Up Italian Podcast. Boss.
Growing Up Italian merch drop is officially live.
If you haven't had a chance to go get your merch, now is the time to do so.
Italians, we all got a guy. We got a guy for plumbing, electricity, pavers, even a gamble. But this is the kind of shirt you get your brother, your boyfriend, your cousin, or your guy.
We all got a guy. But I know a lot of you been asking for the red hoodie. We finally dropped it, Valentine's Day special. You got a loved one, somebody who wants one, show some love, go get it. And then we got the Malocchio beanies for those who like to wear beanies, and then we got the I Got a Guy, which is currently not being worn, so I'm saying too much.
Hit the link below to get your stuff today.
This because we dream about the States. Maybe that's something that you obviously take for granted because you're born here, right? But we dream about this place. Like we dream, literally dream
About the States.
about the States.
I think that's why all the Italian artists, when they come here, they check in, they come hang out. Like they tell me 3 weeks before they come, these are the days I'm here.
Right.
And
It's
I book things in ahead of time.
It's important.
I'll be
for
like,
us.
I'm free this day. Like we could do this day, this day.
It's very important.
But I don't know. I feel that now where I'm at is if an artist comes to New York, he has to tell me. As an Italian artist, if they come to the States, they got to tell me.
Yeah.
You know, and now more than ever, a lot of them are hitting me up to do the interviews. You know, after all this, now they saw like the in-person ones. So I don't think I'll ever do another interview on Zoom. Like it's just not the same.
No, it's not the same.
It could be the biggest artist, whatever. It's just
No, it doesn't feel the same.
doesn't feel the same.
I mean, unless you're restricted like COVID and you're forced to do that. So the show has to go on, so you do it. But obviously having the person here, like, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing.
What brings you to New York this time?
A break. Like, I really needed a break from my personal life and my business life. It was getting, like, too much. And I live a very reserved life. Like, I don't go out. I don't really party much. I just work. And the older I get, like, the more work comes my way. Because you feel like when you're not 20 anymore, when you're not 30 anymore, you feel like you're running out of time. So
Is that how you feel right now? You feel like you're running out of time?
Yeah, I always felt like I was running out of time. And the thing is that I love this shit so much that I will never want to be like retired. But I feel like there is this thing in rap that the age plays a part. Like when you get a little older, it feels like you're not cool anymore. But this is like, so many people are proving this thing wrong. Like Kanye or Pharrell is 50, looks like better than everybody else. And he's still a legend. And, but you cannot help not thinking about it. You think about it and I work more.
Yesterday I was in Soho House, my buddy and Static. We went to see West Side Gun and he held a panel and he was saying how he was just in Europe for 30 days. He did French Paris show, Milan Paris show. Let me rephrase that. Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Milan Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Then he came here for Valentine's Day, see the family for a couple of days, and he was going back. But he was saying yesterday in his panel that now at his age, that he put out all these albums, it's not cool anymore to say, like, I'm going to shoot you in the face, like that kind of stuff. Like, he's saying, like, he wants to do different kind of music.
Right.
But the fans, he became big on that underground, I want to say underground style, but it's music I like. And he basically was saying how if he would still like be rapping about that and rapping on those kind of beats, it shows no growth. Where he's like, but I did grow. Like now I have a house. My family has a house. You know, now you got to rap about cooler things. Just like Jay-Z, like the things he raps about now is being a billionaire. He's not rapping about selling crack anymore. So
it always go back to that.
it always goes back to it, though.
Even in the goddamn verse, he said for the a million time that he sold drugs, like he sold coke and the stove and the thing and the, like he always go back to that. Jay-Z.
Why do you think they do that? Because it's cool or because it's like humbling?
I'm learning as I'm growing, but I think that there is, I mean, as we grow and we expect the people to go with us, you need to give them time. Like we fell in love with Jay-Z for hustling in the 80s before he became a rapper, because that's the story that he's always been telling us. But we love him for that. We love him for so many other things, but we still want that line that goes back to the streets. And it's funny because I know that. And
It
when
makes
comes
for
to
it
me, I
makes for
ignore
better
it.
Instagram captions.
Yeah, no,
You know?
but I learned it the hard way, because during COVID and when I was doing my last album, I forgot about what I represent for my people, right? And I was just doing me. And now I understand when Jay-Z drops a verse and there is no clever lines, or there is no what you call it, referment, like reference. There is no reference to the streets. It's like I missed something. So I'm like, oh, I'm acting with like my fans now. So now I understand. You need to grow, but you also has to stay need to be the same, if that makes any sense, which is hard. But when it comes to West Side Gun, like his crowd is niche, like he's small, like not small, but
His
they
crowd is
want
gonna buy
that
the
thing.
vinyl.
Yeah, but
You know, like they're the fans that collect. You know.
yeah, no, but it's not about. Okay, let me tell you where I think he went wrong, which is the same mistake that I made when I was in the group, like a long time ago, and I first dropped my.
You were in a group?
I was in a group in 2005. I was in a group when I was 15 years old until I was like.
Not Backstreet Boys, right?
No, not the. No. We were in dancing, and that's what I'm about to say. That's when we went wrong. Not saying that we were supposed to dance, but listen to this. We were okay. I was in a group which made like history in Italy, which is called Cosang. It was me and another guy named To, and I was the producer rapper. He was the rapper, and
Wait, you produce too?
I make beats. Yeah.
Bro, I did not know that. I'm learning a lot about you already.
Yeah, no.
And I'm also learning you speak good English. I thought these Napolitano artists don't know how to speak English.
Well, that's unique. That's the false narrative about us, which I hate. We need to be portrayed a certain way all the time because we need to fill up the ignorant void in society. I mean, not ignorant. We elite. We excellence. We are like we're great. So I stand against that. But my life is different, so that's why some people don't get me, because I'm so proud to be Napolitan, but I'm so much more than, I've been traveling the world since I was like 19, 20. I have a history to me, but what I'm trying to say is that when we dropped the first album in 2005, it became an instant classic. Obviously, it was underground, but we made one mistake. We were purely hardcore, but because we were surrounded by
like
crime.
boom rap, like boom bap rap.
No, it was the 2000s. So we were like, I was still influenced by the Queensbridge and the New York rap, but 50 was popping already. So it was it wasn't like super boom bap, but yeah, kind of. But what we wanted to shout out, we wanted to scream out loud. We in pain over here because. In 2005, we're talking about almost 20 years ago, so the situation where I'm from was tragic. Like, it was a complete different, like, lifestyle. The girls weren't out. Only crime and violence. That was the only thing that I've seen growing up until I started traveling the world. And we wanted to let the whole nation know how we were living because it was crazy. And that's why I fell in love with rap, because when I heard Nas or Jay or the Mobb Deep, like I was like, oh shit, it's different, but it's the same thing. So we made a mistake. We never, in the first two albums, we never left room for laughter, for love, for romance, for other stuff that were still part of our life. Like I'm always been a party boy. Like when I was in the group, I was a party boy. I was in every party of the city the whole week. But when it came to the studio and the music, I had to be hardcore. And that's a mistake, because when you grow and when you start like having experiences, girls, and you fall in love for the first time, and then you want to include um, those experiences, those life experiences in your new music, your crowd is like, oh, what's going on? He's sell out. He's changing because they used to the hardcore you. But I never been that hardcore.
So would you say
that was a mistake?
Would you say your like first album, being you were the producer rapper, and you just mentioned Mobb Deep, would you like kind of compare it to Mobb Deep style, like two rappers, but one of the artists
that was the
does the beats? Yeah,
that was the comparison.
So basically, Mobb Deep, you were basically the Italian Mobb Deep, in your opinion.
When I was in the group, yeah, that was the comparison. Everybody said we were the Italian Mobb Deep.
How did it come about making an album? Did you find what was your partner's name? I'm not familiar with the group.
His name is Antonio, but in Napolitan is Nto. It's NTO.
Does he still make music?
Yeah.
So things are good, you guys, right?
I mean, we don't talk anymore.
Oh, you don't? Okay. See, I wasn't sure about that.
No, but it's fine. Like,
so
I wish him the best.
Did you know him like growing up?
Yeah, we lived across the streets from each other, and he's 1 year younger than me, maybe 2 years. So we grew up together, and then eventually, we were not in a group with more people. Like we were like 4 or 5 of us, and then
So now we're talking Wu-Tang.
No way. Like, it was one girl, there was another guy, but me and Antonio, we had a different bond, so we decided to go our way.
How did you guys go about like creating your first songs together?
Well, I mean, I built up like a little box in my bedroom for the mic, right? So I had this wooden little box there, and I had my desk with the computer. At the time, I used to make beats on Atari.
Oh, on Atari.
And then the Commodore 64.
Okay.
So it was completely different. And I mean, I would.
How did you even have like the idea to do this in southern Italy? Because I mean, Napoli has that sound, right? Like when you think of Napoli music, you think Nino D'Angelo, like that accent.
Right.
But your first album, did you rap in a Napolitano accent?
Yeah. The first 2 albums.
Okay.
And then when I switched to Italian, that's when I got my first like backlash.
Because like your music now, I feel.
I rap in Italian now.
Yeah, you don't rap.
It's more 99% Italian and 1% Napolitan.
Diciamo tu fatti i soldi, right?
That's what the people say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. But
they're saying you sold out?
No, they used to say that when I dropped my first solo album, people hated it, and honestly, I don't like it neither now. But after that, I think I wrote some gems, some songs that put everybody together.
What gave you the idea to make rap music, though?
All right, I'll tell you that. Like, I was blessed enough to have parents at home that were like people of culture. Like my mom, my dad, they're teachers. My mom eventually became a doctor in her 50s, 60s. She got a 2nd degree. And when you grow up in the streets where they kill each other every day, I saw my first dead body bleeding on down my building when I was 9 years old. So this is how you grow up where I grow up. But when you go back home and you see your mom, the innocence in the eyes of your mother and your father, like my friends used to smoke spliffs in my room. They would break in and they wouldn't know they were spliffs. They were like, oh, these cigarettes, like, they smell weird because they are innocent, right? Mm-hmm. So when you see both sides of like humanity, you see the violence and you see the love, you are less tempted to go to be around violence. So that made me fall in love with sports, with American culture, movies, and that took me somewhere else. I wasn't trapped in our mentality. I wanted to escape, and I give credit to my family.
Would you say Napoli's dangerous?
Napoli is very dangerous. I think it's one of the most dangerous cities in Europe, if not the most dangerous.
Well, what cities would be more dangerous than Napoli?
I think I don't know. Paris is dangerous. London is dangerous.
The big cities.
And I think Russia, somewhere in Russia, St. Petersburg, something like, I don't know. But I think Russia is pretty rough.
What for somebody that's never been to Italy,
Yeah.
let alone Naples, because I've had experiences when we land in Naples that people are trying to pickpocket you.
Of course,
or,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
of course. But in Rome, Milan, never really experienced it like that. Naples is a whole nother animal. For someone that's never been there, what city in Brooklyn or neighborhood in Brooklyn, or maybe,
Reminds me.
or in New York, that it remind like, would you say Queensbridge? Because we were talking about a story before about Queensbridge that there was a little girl that was bullying you the first time you went there.
She couldn't understand. She couldn't figure out where I was from because back in the days I had cornrows. I was tanned, like I was dark with cornrows, so I look mixed or whatever, or Latino or like whatever. So she must not been used to see that, and she was like, "Take the hat off. Where you from?" You know. But okay, New York. I don't know. Maybe the Bronx.
Yeah, you think the Bronx? Yeah, actually.
Okay, where I'm from and the Bronx look alike. Even Spike Lee, the director, was in Naples for like a festival or whatever a long time ago. And he got picked up from the airport because where I live from is 5 minutes from the airport, right? So they drove through my neighborhood. And when he looked out the window, this is a story that people tell. He was like, oh, it looks just like the Bronx. Because it's a huge neighborhood filled up with projects. That's all.
Scampia?
Scampia, yeah.
That's where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Marianella, which is like 2 minutes away from Scampia. It's all part of the north, side of the city.
Now, you were actually on the soundtrack of Gamora.
Yeah.
Malamor, right? That was the song of it?
Prima Amor.
Yeah.
Prima Amor.
O Prima Amor.
That's part of the hook. Yeah, that's part of the hook. Yeah.
Yeah, O Malamor. Yeah,
that's
I
part
know.
of the hook. That song is in the hood. The title is in the hood in Napolitano, of course.
Would you say that show is a good representation of how Naples really is?
No,
Or is it's exaggerated?
it's not exaggerated when it comes to crime.
Because, I mean, I don't know if anybody's... First of all, the Gamora is the movie, and then there's
It's
the
a
TV
book,
series.
and the movie, and then the book first.
I know nothing about the book.
Okay, I'll tell you something about it if you want to know.
Yeah, of course.
So the book, the movie, and then the series. When the movie dropped, I lived in Scampia. I had my own apartment in Scampia across from the Vele, which is the most notorious projects in Europe now. So, I used to wake up at the screams of these heroin addicts waiting for the bus on the bus stop.
There's heroin in Napoli?
Heroin like crazy. You're joking. Like when I lived in Scampia, if I walk down the streets and for some grocery shopping, you will see any type of man, any type of people, of human being shooting in their veins, in their cars, on the pavement. There is one scene that I could never forget. There is a school in Scampia, right? There is a pavement that goes all around the school, and there is a little garden there, right? Between the school walls and the pavement. There is a little garden. So all the little kids, girls and boys and girls, will walk down the pavement to their homes. But around that time, you would have like 20 junkies shooting in their veins in the garden. But the kids would just walk without even paying attention because to us, it's normal. There was a bus that would stop like where I lived in Scampia that came from the train station downtown and would connect the downtown to Scampia, right? And that bus was full of junkies every day. So you will see 30, 40 junkies.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't a lot of people from other parts of southern Italy, maybe, I mean, all over Italy that would go to Napoli?
To buy drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Because like in my town, when we want to buy like a lot of hashish,
yeah,
they got to go to Napoli. Like that's
because that's the Naples. I don't know about now because they really did arrest a lot of people, but Naples has been the biggest drug markets in Europe for like for decades. It's every project where I'm from made $1 million a day.
Wow.
Every project.
But it's all ran by, allegedly, it's all.
I mean,
it's all. That's like the real gangs of Italy, right? Would you say?
Well, I mean, it's different because if you go to Calabria, the lifestyle, the mentality of street people is different. If you go to Sicily, the school is different. In Naples, we're proud of it, which is a gift and a curse. A gift because actually it's only a curse, to be honest, because I am adopting the Sicilian mafia mentality more than the Camorra mafia mentality because it's more about being quiet, reserved, and about the business. When it comes to Naples, you wear it on your sleeves. Like I'm proud of it, and then it's only gonna get you killed or to jail. So even though I have this in me, like John Gotti, the reason why he was so like violent because he was from Naples, and that's why the mafia didn't like him that much because the Sicilian people was like, nah, he's acting too tough, he's acting too much, he's grabbing too much tension, and this is how we are. We proud of it. We want to show it, and that's not really good for the business, in my opinion. But that's who we are. It's in our DNA. We're violent. But it's different because Naples is the biggest city in the south. So obviously it's very crowded. It's a jungle. It's very dangerous. So obviously it will make the news, right? Yeah, Sicily is all little towns, very quiet. The old people still run it. It's different. It's different.
Why do you think Southern Italians leave Italy at a much bigger rate than Northern Italians?
Well, I mean, obviously because for
Do you think it has to do with the crime?
No. It's a lack of opportunities. It's just a lack of opportunities, not about the crime. We live like crime is part of us. We don't really mind it anymore.
It's beautiful though. You go to Napoli on
Napoli's
Lungomare.
great. That's why I say the Gomorrah doesn't really reflect who we are because even though the daily lifestyle could be even more cruel than Gomorrah itself, we still living out the beautiful side of the city. We living out like you know why I don't really like Gomorrah that much. They never fucking smile. Like they never smile. There is no one moment where there is like a joke and people smile.
They're too serious?
They're too fucking serious. Like where I'm from, I mean, like it's different. Like they kill people. Obviously, they do all of that, but they also live a regular life. Like they go out with their women. They're happy about it. They're romantic. They laugh a lot. They brilliant people. They live the life. In Gomorrah, it's just like a never-ending tragedy. What the fuck? It's not like that. And I don't think that makes it a good movie because you're leaving out some human side of everybody's personality.
Are you proud to be from Napoli?
Yeah, I am.
If you had to give somebody a reason to visit Napoli, maybe one of our followers that's never been there.
Well,
they're making plans to go in the summer.
Yeah.
Give me the reasons why to go to Napoli.
The reason is the energy that you get in Naples is unmatched. It's like it's amazing. Like I'm used to it, and I want to explore the world.
Energy from the people.
The energy from the people, yeah, it's vibrant. Never sleeps. People in the streets will talk to you. They will joke with you, even though they don't know you. They will compliment you. They'll help you out if you need help. But it's just wild. Just for a tourist to just stand by a corner and see what's going on, it's wild.
Okay, so number one, energy. Is there another?
I mean, energy. The places, the Amalfi Coast, Cabrio. The food and
Food is amazing.
Food is amazing.
Do you think Napoli makes the best pizza?
I believe that we are the originators. So I don't know. I think so.
So you guys did it first.
I think so. Yeah.
For sure, or is it opinionated? Because
it's opinionated.
Yeah.
Because Roman people will tell you that they make good pizza, but it's different style. Like if we're talking about the real pizza, traditional pizza, I mean, if you wanna steal the pizza away from us, like we don't have anything left anymore. Take the pizza as well, and
take Maradona, take the pizza.
Yeah, take everything. All right then. Like leave us something.
No, because you see sometimes. I saw a funny viral video of this guy like delivering pizzas, and he's like, "Un pizza all'ananas," and the Napolitano, "Ma metta sta schifezza." They were like, Napolitanos are seriously passionate about pizza.
A little too passionate about it.
And then even this, when we went for September, October, I don't remember when. I know it was a couple months ago. There was like 3 super busy pizzerias, boom, 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 like right next to each other. And
you must have been in the center.
Yes, and then
downtown. Yeah.
There was a pastry shop right around.
Must have been with that is Sorbillo, that is Di
Sorbillo,
Matteo.
yeah,
It's many of them. Yeah.
Is there do you have a favorite pizzeria in Napoli for maybe one
Well,
of our
I don't want to give
tourists?
free publicity, to be honest.
If they like send us a little money, we split it. We'll tell them.
Yeah,
the next time?
Yeah, sure. No, I have some.
We'll leave it out.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do it for me, so I wouldn't.
PayPal, growing up Italian, and we'll figure it out. We'll do the part 2. So you just came in from Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
What gave you like the audacity to come here after being such beautiful weather? Right now it's freezing outside.
I mean, you guys are the first reason. You are the main reason why I came, because I really want to do this. And then I have some friends here, and I miss New York. I haven't been here for a while, so. And after a week in Miami, I don't know what more I will do. Like, I wanted to go there to take a break from everything and to be by the beach by myself. But after you do it for a week straight,
it gets boring, right?
It's not. I don't feel like going out. I don't feel like partying or something like that. So, it's good. It's good to be in New York.
Have you ever seen one of my interviews? You ever watched any of them?
Yes, maybe not the whole thing, but many clips.
What do you think the interviews mean to like the Italian artists? Why do the Italian artists want to do it?
Yeah, because we see the States as the ultimate goal, right? So for you guys to be interested in us, and for us to be able to speak to a bigger like platform, especially in the States, which is like the culture that everybody that do my job look up to, it's it's satisfactory, like it's a satisfaction. It's fulfilling. It feels really good. It's a good experience. What we do it for, like if I think about me, like I don't go out. I can go to the gym. I can go to the beach.
You're saying because of fans?
Because of fans. Because I love my fans, but sometimes it's not the right time to take a picture. And it's not just, I want to say something to the fans. Okay, I will always take picture with you guys unless I'm meeting or unless I'm talking business somewhere with somebody. I cannot, interrupt the conversation. So you need to be respectful. But every fans, when they see you, they think, obviously, that they are the only one. They saw you that day. They are not the only one. Maybe there are 20 people. I cannot be stopped every 5 minutes if I want to go downtown and buy a pair of shoes. Maybe I'm with my girlfriend and we just want to talk. And every 5 minutes, obviously, in Naples, I need to talk and take picture with somebody. And they want me to send a video to her daughter, to the cousin. People don't understand that we are people too, and it's something that never changes the way it is. And when I'm here, I feel more free.
You had a pizzeria here because I remember years ago when I was working with the young kid Luca and he was reviewing food and stuff. I don't know how I saw you, but I saw your page or I forgot how we got in contact, but you told me that you had Bravi Ragazzi.
Yeah.
And that was in Bed-Stuy, right?
Bed-Stuy,
yeah. I remember we ate there. The pizza was good. Not real Napolitano pizza, but it's not there anymore, right?
No, it's not there anymore because with COVID things changed and we had to sell it. And
is your partner still around?
My partner is in New York. He lives in New York, but he's doing. He has another pizzeria in Fort Greene.
Okay.
Yes, another pizzeria. It's called Salsa.
Salsa.
They mix a little bit of the Hispanic culture and the Italian culture. And he does other business as well. Like he's not only into the restaurant, the food business. He does other stuff as well. But I decided not to invest in restaurants anymore. Now I'm doing real estate. That's why I'm in Miami. I mean, that's not why I went to Miami. I went to Miami for a break. But then life decides for you. So I was walking down the streets. I met this doctor. He's a Napolitan doctor, and with his son, and he introduced me to this property manager. That the day after took me around the whole city. He took the whole afternoon off for me. It was crazy experience because I never experienced something like that in Italy. Forget about it. Like there is no way I really stay agent in Italy. Takes you out and takes you for lunch and never seen you before. So it was amazing. So I'm looking for buying like a couple of properties in Miami.
That's good. Yeah, I mean your money's safe there.
I love that.
Well, I wanted to ask you the Italian rap scene.
All right.
Let's get into the. All right, thank you for paying attention until now. Now we could get to the real stuff. But You've been rapping for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think you've seen where Italian rap was maybe a little more underground
Right.
to now.
Yeah.
It's the hottest thing. Everybody's, everybody knows Italian rap, I feel, especially lately.
Yeah.
What do you think of like where the industry is going? Are you happy with it? Are you happy to see that it's now like a very popular thing versus not being so popular?
I will never go back to what it was when I started. I always say the same thing. For us to have not given up, it's pure passion. For people like me, Antonio, and other guys that were around me at the time, for us not to give up, it shows the purest, unconditional, most unconditional passion you could ever have. Because when we started out, our goal was being featured, not even the cover, actually the cover of this like rap magazine that we had like in Italy back in the days, which didn't give us the cover because we were rapping in dialect. So this is something that I had to face my whole career, like door closing in my face the whole time. But we never gave up, and now it's mainstream. Now it's the thing, and I don't really like where the industry is going, to be honest. Even though now I learned my lesson, I mind my business, and I try to focus on my fans and my money. But if I have to be honest, I don't really like it. But I will never go back to what it was when I started, because when I started, like, you literally have shows in front of like 40 people. So I don't wish that on anybody's embarrassing. I mean, it's not embarrassing now, because now even parents, if you see your kid having a show in front of 20 people, you'll be like, this is just the beginning, because you know what I do, or what Sfera does, or what Mara does, right? So even the parents now encourage the kids to do music.
Rap? Yeah.
Yeah, because that now...
Go sell drugs, baby, please.
No, because now they see that there's money in it. But back in the days, like, my parents were like, find a job, and then do this as a hobby because you love it, but find a job. So
what do you think the breaking point for the Italian rap game was? Was there a moment that changed everything?
There is a moment that changed everything, but it didn't come from my perspective. It didn't come from an Italian rapper. It came from 50 Cent. When 50 Cent dropped in the club, literally, like, it's funny as fuck, because we always been dressed. We always been dressed in different, right, with the brands, the high fashion shit. But where I'm from, and 50 Cent dropped that song on Friday night, we had clubs with 2,000 people going for the hip hop night, and they had the clothes for the hip hop night. So the whole week you will wear Dolce Gabbana, whatever, with tight jeans. But on Friday night you will wear the basketball like blazer or whatever. Like you will dress up like a rapper. Yeah. So that was the beginning of hip hop finally approaching Italy.
So 50 Cent was the first rapper I heard in Italy.
50 Cent and Eminem today.
Because I went to Salerno every summer, and I remember one of my friends that was driving, he had a car, and he was playing 50 Cent, and that's when I was like, what?
And it's coming back now, because everybody, even Guerre, the new album is inspired by the sound of the 2000s. So anyway,
Cookies and Cream.
Yeah, but the whole album is inspired by that era, But when it comes to Italian rap, we had a couple of rappers that actually made the mainstream and opened up the doors for everybody else. It was around that time. We had Mondo March and then Fabi Fibra that became. But we, Escosang and the Dogo Gang, were still heavy in the underground.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, but then there was like another big jump later on, because wouldn't you say at that time it was a little more underground still? Like, because the radio don't really play Italian rap.
No.
Like, you listen to,
Not even now.
Not even now.
No.
So,
I mean,
you think it's the internet? Do you think it's the internet that makes it more accessible?
Yeah, definitely the internet.
Yeah.
Definitely the internet. Yeah, of course. Of course.
No,
he's a genre that could stand on his own just off the internet.
So we said, like, when you first started, you had that Mobb Deep inspiration, and then maybe like 50 Cent made it cool for Italian kids to like rap. But who were some other guys that you listened to and, you really related to them?
American?
Yeah. Well, both, really.
You talking about when I was young or now?
Younger.
Younger. I was a New York fan. Like...
Jay-Z?
Yeah, the Jay-Z, I'm the
Biggie?
biggest fan. Biggie, of course. I have lyrics. Nas, not Nas. Okay, Nas is the artist that shaped my style. When I heard in Taking It Blood, when I heard the line where he says like, "Open up the cigar, let the spark fly." When I heard that line, I was blown away, bro. When I heard that line, which is simple if I say it now, but when I heard it, I was maybe 14 or 15. I don't remember. When I heard that line, I was like, "This is magic." A simple line made me see and feel exactly what he was trying to picture. It's crazy because the beat, the Taking the Blood beat is crazy and his flow is crazy, hypnotic. And then he say, open up a blind, let the buck fly. It's crazy. So that metaphor or that image, it was like, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to tell my story. I want it to be direct, but I want it to be poetic at the same time. So Nas is definitely the artist that shaped my style. But then I grew up, loving Jay-Z when I became more like of a man, and I became to understand what the business was and the real life was and the money thing.
Not a lot of producers get the credit they deserve either, I feel.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite producer, like someone you wish to work with one day, like American?
Plenty.
Who do you?
Plenty. I mean, of
give me
course,
your
I'll work Kanye if I.
You would?
Of course.
Even if he's like a little
Bro.
crazy.
All right, I have my own. I mean, I have my take on it.
Because I'll be honest, before we get into it, like
Yeah.
now, before I leave the house, I might wear like Yeezys. I think
I
about
know.
it now.
I know.
Like the other day, I was gonna wear Yeezys. I took them off. I'm like,
I know.
maybe somebody sees me. Like, what are you doing? So
I
that's
know.
what I'm saying. Like, I think like a lot of American artists are scared of him, and that's scary to say. I mean, maybe Italian artists.
I don't want to get in trouble because this is too delicate.
Yeah.
It's not my word; it's his word. But let me just say that I think that he purposely worded it so wrong, but he went left. But I find a little bit of truth in some of the stuff that he says. Not that I like the Hitler shit. Not that.
Yeah.
That's just that's crazy.
That's just
stupid.
ignorant.
That's just very ignorant. That's something that 100 years later, like, it makes no sense.
Besides him, DJ Premier.
Yeah, but I will work with Pharrell. I will work with
Pharrell,
Metro
okay.
Boomin. I will work with 808 Tarantino Mafia. I will work with.
Who do you think is the best producer in Italy right now? I'm just gonna ask you hard questions now. Because
I'm
I know
ready.
you hit me up. You wanted to come here for a reason. I'm gonna ask my questions and I want to know what you wanted to talk about. But best producer in Italy right now, they don't get enough talk about it, but a lot of producers in Italy are now like doing these albums where they get the verses from different artists and
They're
we
a
have
friend of mine. You're gonna get me in trouble for that because they're a friend of mine.
yeah, but you don't have to put them in any order. Just give me.
I can give you a few names.
Yeah,
Oh,
give me a few
all right.
names,
If I give
yeah.
you a few names, okay.
And these are no order, so there's no,
Yeah, no worries. Just a few names, like top of my head. The most famous one are famous for a reason. So I'll just state the obvious. Like, Nice Kidney does his thing.
Yeah. His last album was amazing, by the way.
Was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I have a couple of joints on that. Yeah, no, we always did like crazy, like classic. We always did classic. There is one song special. We did in New York.
Oh yeah.
We did in New York. Yeah,
He was just here, and I missed him by a couple of days. I think I was in Miami when he came here. Oh no, I might have been in Milan when he came here.
Yeah.
But I just missed him.
Yeah, no, we did that song in New York a few years ago. It's one of my classics. So him, Sick Luke, Charlie, like even my team, like Gino, D-Ross, my producers, like I don't think they get enough credit, to be honest. You know why? Because sometimes we are out the spotlight. We are, away from the
The
spotlight.
producers don't get enough credit,
No.
but it's good because they make good money and they don't have like all the pressure like you guys
but
have.
when you have a team, when the producer is part of your team, you want the credit. You want them to get credit because they bigging up you and vice versa. Like, I want everybody in my corner to be big. I want Joelier to be the biggest he can. I want Coco to be the biggest he can. I want SLF to be the biggest they can because if they get big as me, or even bigger than me in some aspects, they're only gonna empower me. You know, it's a mentality. If you are scared of the next person, you know, you can only go that far. But if you're not scared of the next person, you can only gain from another success. You know.
Who do you think is the biggest artist, or rather, who do you think is the best artist in Italy right now?
Are you talking about rap or in general?
Rap.
Bro, if I have to include myself, I would say myself.
Oh, so you wouldn't pick for yourself?
I would say myself because in rap, I never heard that rapper say this guy's better than me. So,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I mean, I truly believe in that. I truly believe that. Like, I truly believe that. And numbers don't really have to play any role in who is the best. Even though I know that most people won't agree with it.
You know, when I asked you the question, you said, when I asked who your favorite artist was, I'm like 100% sure that in America, if I go to a kid from New York and I say, who's the best art, they already automatically assume rapper. Sanremo just passed, right?
Right.
And I see, like, I never see artists that like rappers in Sanremo.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be a future where artists like debut rap songs on Sanremo?
That would be utopistic because you have to see it like a lobby, right? They will never give up on their power for the sake of a genre. They will be like, you want to come here? Okay, cool.
How does it work to get invited to that?
You
apply?
You apply for it. You send a couple of songs, and if your name is popping, it's good for the show.
Yeah.
Or if for whatever reason they take you on, but they will never. I don't think they will never let rappers do whatever they want on the show because they will take away the power, their power. They control. They think
still like
control.
If a rapper goes on Sanremo, it would be like more of a commercial song, like a radio song.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's what it is now, but
of course.
You don't see it ever changing. I wonder because
you know what?
You're not allowed to have curses in the songs.
No, not allowed that. But eventually, you can kiss people on stage.
Yeah, but I was gonna say because we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know. I don't know what's worse.
We spoke on stage about it. I mean, we spoke on the show about it a couple of weeks ago when I had my guest. But basically, that's what we were saying. Like, you can't curse, but like Italy's not known for stuff like that. Like Italy's super reserved.
Yeah.
Now,
conservative.
Yeah. So explain to maybe us Americans what's going on. Like,
but what's going on? But I mean, you need to understand one thing before I actually tell my piece. But you need to understand that I'm very different from everybody else. So everybody else right now is on the bandwagon of the pursuit of success. Everybody's desperate as fuck, so they will do anything. As we say, they will sell their own mothers for success. That's a saying. So you need to understand that now in Italy everything is permitted, everything is allowed because success is the only God. You understand? So anything in the name of success. So when you go through that phase and you are down to lose your dignity for success, that's what happens. And this is what's happening in Italy right now, if you ask me. But if you ask one of them, I'm an old dad and I'm a boomer or whatever word they use. Because now...
What's the Italian word for old head and boomer, by the way?
I read boomer all the way everywhere.
They say boomer?
They use boomer, yeah.
How do they pronounce it, though? Boomer?
I don't know because I read it, so I pronounce it boomer. But I don't know.
So no one ever said boomer to you in your face.
No. But no, I never had any hate
in face.
No.
That's what I love about negative comments, right? Because so even me, like I'm not a successful artist like you, but from the show, sometimes people say, "Oh, you're from the Grown Up Italian podcast." If you look on my clips on maybe Instagram, TikTok, you'll say people say 38th generation Italian to me. Meanwhile, I miei genitori sono nati in Italia, so I'm first generation.
Okay.
Right? I feel I'm Italian because that's where I spent my summers.
Right.
That's what I love. Like, I don't consider myself American. I consider myself Italian American, like almost the best of both. Like, because like, you know, we kind of see some Italian Americans that drift off from being Italian, like they don't speak it, whatever, they've never been there. So we always say like, oh, they're not Italian, you know, like that's what, even when, especially when I started this page, I was like someone like that. But to me, it's important that we're like proud to be from Italy.
Yeah.
So that's like a big difference I see. But the point I was trying to make was people in person will never say I'm not Italian. I never, like you said, never got a negative comment in person.
No.
Only on the internet when they're behind the screen and the page maybe has like no followers.
And I'm talking, no, but they're all fake pages.
Yeah,
We all know they just don't want to admit it because that would be admitting your own fail. But the thing is that like somebody can walk up to me and say, I didn't like your last album and give you a constructive criticism, and I'll take it because we can talk about it, you know, because of course, like I've said that in other interviews I mean, I master my craft. There is no way I fail a whole album.
Did you get that people said your last album?
No, yeah, one waiter, we went, the night we were celebrating the
release
of the we went out and the guy was like, you know, I wouldn't bump your album in the car loud, but the album just dropped and obviously people in Italy are sheeps, so they get influenced very badly by what they read online. So
where do they do the reading? Like you're talking about like
is the
Instagram?
magazine the hate is only on Instagram. TikTok is only love. Like I have millions of views and thousands of comments. Only love. Instagram has become the place where all the haters come. It's dead. Like it's really bad. But those kind of cruel stuff that I read online have never been told to my face. Or maybe because people when they see you, they don't really want to hurt your feelings, so they really hate your album. They won't
I just
tell
think
you,
people
you know?
are fucking chickens, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you can't say it in my face, right? You can't say it in my face that something negative about me, then why would you say it? Like, you could tell a lot of people have never really been in a real fight and, like, grew up like that because growing up, if you really want to say something, you say to someone in their face, you know? Like, the hate stuff is so weird to me.
But I don't understand the hate.
Yeah.
You know, I really don't understand because, I mean, unless I lose my head and I do something completely different, but I always been doing what I'm doing. It's always been sophisticated. It's always been deep. It's always been party at the same time. Like I always combine all those things together. Why don't you give it another listen before commenting?
Yeah.
You know, why you comment like when my album dropped, it was a case because 20 minutes after 1 a.m. when we dropped the albums in Italy, we dropped it on Thursday on 1 a.m., right? So 20 minutes
Friday.
later, yeah,
Friday,
but it's Thursday. It's Friday at 1 a.m.
Yeah, Friday
at 1 a.m. So
because we do midnight.
No, we do 1 a.m. because
Why 1 a.m.?
Why? Because the first hour, we believe that the streams of the first hour between midnight and 1 goes to the day before, so they don't go in the week that you need. Spotify, the first hour of the new day, which is midnight to 1 a.m.
Because like Italians are drinking espresso or something at that time?
No, it's an Spotify thing.
It's a Spotify
like
thing?
those streams between
Count
midnight
for
and
Thursday?
1, they count for Thursday.
Because in America, it's not like that.
No, that's what we believe it happens.
I feel like it's an Italian rule. Like they just...
Yeah, maybe it's an Italian rule. Maybe it's what Italian A&R suspect.
Because for us, right, the outside, like when I see an Italian album coming out that I really want to listen to, it's 7 p.m. here.
7 p.m.
And the music's like hard to find in the beginning. But like I'll just go to YouTube and like YouTube audio versions would be there. Yeah. But if you weren't rapping, what would you be doing?
I was rapping.
For a living.
Fashion. Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well at the same time. I've always been doing it, but only this year I took it really serious with my merchandise, which I plan to turn it into a proper clothing line.
I like the pants. Those are gallery, right? The pants are gallery, right?
No, they're not. But I think they're not. But I think it's very, very, very similar to that. Maybe fashion, maybe I don't know. I would be what you call an entrepreneur. That's for sure. That's for sure.
When you're not listening to rap music, what are you listening to? What other music inspires you?
I grew up on jazz music from the late 50s, though. Not the only from the late 50s.
You don't listen to tarandelas?
No.
Naples?
I don't listen to that. No, I don't. I'm not big on traditional about the music.
What's the best way to explain your fan base? Like, would you say you have
Yeah.
these young TikTok kids doing like challenges and stuff?
No, I do get them because I'm able to do songs for them as well. I'm very good, maybe the best in Italy when it comes to songs for the girls.
Really? Yeah. So like, if I have a nice, beautiful Italian girl, play Luche Essentials.
Yeah, definitely. I'm one of the few rappers with the biggest female following.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, you can check my Instagram comments. You only read 99% of the comments are ti amo from girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we look at your analytics after this?
Go. Yeah.
We'll go
I'll tell you. I'll open my phone is over there. It's 40% women and 60% men. And for a rapper,
that's
it's
good.
amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
For a rapper, it's great.
For me, I have a sausage fest.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's 80% male.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
believe that. No.
I'm also a little overweight, so that doesn't
No,
help
it's
my
not
numbers.
because of that. It's because at the moment it's what you chose. You know.
Okay. So if somebody's never listened to your music before,
Right.
what would be the go-to songs that you gotta listen to today?
Only one song.
No, give me a couple. Give me a couple.
Okay.
Give me 3, 4,
All right.
5.
Because I do more than one style. You know, I just not rap or
Maybe
just,
you give me one for each style.
yeah, exactly. Okay. When it comes to rap, I'll give you Potere, which is the first song of my previous album, not this one, the one before, which is a song where I trap on the first part of the beat, then the beat switches and it becomes more classic, a little bit more boom bap, which
On your
I
last
produced
album,
myself.
I saw a lot of beat switches.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Why?
Because to me this album was all about experimenting. It was all about, moving forward, me musically, personally, and trying to move the Italian hip hop forward. And that was the goal for me. And I can do that with melodies, with subject, but I can do that mostly with beats and atmosphere and sounds and mixing and beat switch and but I don't think people is ready for that, and that's fine. That's what I'm on.
Your best rap song, Potere.
Okay, no, I would say Potere il Sorpasso, which is the first song of the album, not this one, the one before. And also of the last album, I would say Si Vince alla Fine, which is like rap, and it's pretty like, it reminds me of my origins, my beginnings. It sounds like Kosang a little bit. Then when it comes to love songs, I would say, love songs. I mean, obviously my biggest hits, Non abbiamo età, is like, it's still on top 50 5 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later.
It goes out on and off the top 50. That one, but also, I don't know, I have so many.
What's the best car to listen to on the way out? Maybe going out to a club or something.
Well, Stammo Forte is definitely a club song.
Yeah, that song knocks. Sick Luke and Charlie Charles, right?
Yeah,
on that
on the
one?
beats, yeah.
Sfera,
Me and Sfera.
you guys went crazy on that.
Yeah, went crazy. That was like a huge smash.
Well, you had like one of the biggest features with him in the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
When you and Mara got on Per Davvero.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that was like a huge change to Italian rap too? Like, is that where Italian trap was born? Because Sfera like had I believe he was super viral in Italy, right? From meeting him, Charlie, talking to them about like the beginning, how it was. But your song with them, Per Davvero, you guys getting on a remix, I feel like that's what like kind of like showed everyone like, nah, this is real. Like getting that cosign.
I guess you could say that, but I wouldn't take no credit for what Sfera means to the scene. Like, I wouldn't take no credit for that because the guy was on his wave already, and that was the beginning of his wave, but he was coming really strong.
That's one of my
already.
favorite music videos too of his.
Yeah, he was coming really strong with the purple shit and the trap and of course like having me and Mara um, was great because obviously like a very catchy trap song became also lyrical, which was good. But we did
How did it come about that you were asked?
because
be on a song?
because we were all signed under Mara.
Okay.
Mara had this label called Rocha Music,
Okay.
and I was signed to. I mean, I never signed with Rocha Music, but I was like part of it, and Sfera became part of it. So after their first mixtape, they signed after the first mixtape that he dropped independently, if I remember right, and then he joined the Rocha Music thing. So to honor that, we did this song together. You know?
So, man,
Yeah, and it's classic.
it's classic.
Yeah, definitely. The beat still now we play in the car. The beat is crazy.
Yeah.
I wish we would still make music like that. You know.
You could always do it.
Yeah, but the crowd now is super mainstream. It's super commercial, and I don't know. You know the thing. The thing is that now people is paying attention to numbers. So artists are afraid of being true to themselves because now even me, like sometimes if I have to drop a single, I'll be like, oh, this is too rap. This is not gonna do good. But we need to feed them the water. We need to water this culture. We cannot just think about the charts all the time. You know, we need to do it for the movement. Otherwise, Sanremo is stealing what we created. The Spotify top 50 are is stealing the true nature of what we created. I think we should still remember that rap made us who we are, and we still have to get back to the hip hop culture. That's what I believe.
What do you see that's next for you personally?
I'm working on a lot of things this year, and I have the summer tour coming up. I'm working on my own album, and another thing that I cannot talk about.
Top
And,
secret?
yeah, it's top secret, and so this year around I have to work double, but I just don't want to stop. This year, since my last album was like sweet and sour, this year I want to prove to everybody that there is no one like me. To be honest, no arrogance. Like this is how I feel. It's my need. I think that I don't get enough credit for what I do.
Before we were talking about you saying like that you would never,
I'll kill them this year. They need to be prepared.
you never
like,
see
I'm super
yourself
angry.
retiring. Like you think you make music.
No, but retiring is for people who don't enjoy what they do. I don't want. I never retire because I work my ass off, but I never want to retire. But I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking in general. I will never want to retire because I get inspired by doing things. If I retire, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just do what? Like I need to do something. This is how I am. This is like I never want to retire. Maybe one day I'll stop making music. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll switch. Maybe I'll be more singing than rapping because if I reach 50 and I'm still rapping on a trap beat, I don't know. So maybe a boom bap style, a classic style will fit my age a little more. But since I'm very like melody driven, and maybe I'll start singing more than rapping. I don't know, but I'm a very creative person. I don't see myself like stopping, to be honest. But I do have some very low lows. Like sometimes it gets really dark, to be honest. But to the point there when I want to give up. But then 2-3 days later,
You're back on it.
I'm back on.
All right. This is a Grown Up Italian podcast. We're going to do a little this or that. Jay-Z or Biggie?
Oh, Jesus Christ. And I need to pick one
You got
up?
to pick one. You got to pick one.
Oh, God. I have to say Jay-Z.
Would you say he's the best rapper in American history?
I consider himself a mogul. I consider him like more than a rapper. He's iconic. He's just. I mean, Biggie. The only reason why I say Jay-Z is because Biggie died too early.
Yeah. We got more music from Jay-Z.
But not more like more business deals, like more lessons in general than just music. Yeah.
Pineapple pizza or buffalo pizza?
What's the buffalo pizza?
Not buffalo mozzarella. Don't
No,
try
yeah.
to cheat. I'm talking like buffalo chicken. Like chicken with buffalo sauce and
I
blue
will
cheese.
go for the buffalo pizza.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. If I have to, like if I'm starving on an island and it's the last meal before I die, I will go and for the buffalo pizza.
You're not gonna like this question.
Good.
Camorra or Sopranos?
Sopranos.
Yeah.
Definitely, 100%.
Well, you live like
and
in
I'm not
Naples.
dissing Gomorrah, bro. But what's real? It's real. Like there is no comparison. Sopranos is the best series ever made.
Oh, best series ever made. Did
I
you ever watch
believe
Game
so.
of Thrones?
Huh?
Did you ever watch Game of
No,
Thrones?
no, I'm not into that.
You don't
shit.
like the dragons?
No,
and
I
shit?
like the real shit. Like I write real life stories.
You don't believe in dragons? Like you don't think they ever existed?
Yeah, maybe back in the day, like
Maybe like a T-Rex or something.
yeah, probably.
Do you believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's proven, right? It's
I don't
proven.
know.
It's proven.
You think so?
You
But
don't
how did
believe
they
it?
go? You think like a meteorite wiped them out?
It's the Big Bang, right? It's the Big Bang, right?
We've seen their bones.
The Big Bang is what created us all. No, listen, I'm not a smart kid. Like my degree, like
Oh yeah,
in high school.
I think you need to cut this one.
In
Cut it off.
high school,
We
in
look
high
really
school,
bad.
in high school, I did not do good. You know,
No, I think something happened that the Earth got extremely cold and they died.
okay, like the
Something
ice age,
happened.
or before that, after that, no.
The Ice Age.
Something
Yeah, something happened. They all died anyway.
Poor guys.
Yeah, they're too big anyway. They wouldn't fit in today's world anyway.
Miami or New York?
I really hate to say it, but the moment I will go to Miami, I will
Okay.
go to Miami. I will move to Miami.
For life
I
purposes.
mean, yeah, but I mean, you know, I wish I
Italians
would
want to
move.
retire in Miami.
Yeah, I want to live it up in Miami. like I want to keep living in Miami. Like I can, if I could move, I would move, but I'm too busy in Italy to move. But I'll take my time out every now and then, and take a break and go to Miami. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I have one more.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like, put me to the corner.
Messi or Maradona?
Come on, this is easy, bro.
Easy.
Easy. Maradona forever.
Messi just got a World Cup though.
Yeah, of course. But even
But, bro,
he can win 10 World Cups. He will never amount to what Maradona did. Maradona
For
was-
Napoli though. If you weren't Napolitano, would you still say Maradona?
I don't know, because I don't know how it feels not to be from Naples. But I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, Messi's great, but I think Maradona had that thing. I don't know. It's because I always look at the person more than the role. Like even Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, to me they are more than boxers. You understand? So Maradona is more than just a football player. He's just an icon, and I don't know. Messi, I don't even know how his voice sounds. Like, he doesn't give interviews. It doesn't touch me. Maradona is poetic because he's so controversial, but he's a genius. So there is no way nobody can compare to that.
Do you remember when Maradona was playing? Like, how old
I
were you?
was very young, very young.
Yeah?
I'm born in 81, so when he won, I was 6.
6 years old. But you remember it or not?
I remember a few games that my dad took me to the stadium, but not major games. Like,
But now in Naples, you see Maradona murals everywhere.
Yeah.
Even before he passed away.
yeah,
I think
it's
when he-
always been God. It's
Yeah.
always been the guy. Always. Obviously, that makes you like immortal.
Especially in Napoli.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, let me ask you a question. Okay, now
Yeah.
I
Now
play
you
your
interview
role.
me. Go
I
ahead.
play your role. Okay, from the outside,
Mm-hmm.
okay, being actually a rap expert and somebody who appreciate rap from the underground to the mainstream, like how do you see the Italian scene right now?
I mean, so I like listen. It's crazy for me because now like I met a lot of Italian rappers from doing this. So the only information we really get is from what we see on like social media because we don't go to school in Italy. So like I'm not gonna bump into a lot of people who are gonna say like, oh, I know this new artist.
Right.
You know, like we're self-taught on the music. Just like, a lot of your older stuff.
Yeah, you need to dig.
Yeah, I need to dig. Like, I didn't grow up, and on my way to school with my American friends, we're listening to Italian rap.
Right.
It's like one of those things that we got to dig for. So for me, a lot of European rap I like, even like the UK drill. And I see the Italian rap is like kind of making the strides in Europe. Like everybody in Europe listens to Italian rap. and I'm hoping that, especially Italian Americans, like get into Italian rap.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel it could grow more.
Yeah, it definitely could. It definitely could. If he doesn't lose his own essence, you know. Feel like he's losing a little bit, becoming very poppy again.
Well, all rap is very. I mean, especially in America, rap is so poppy, you know. But
Yeah, but you got, you know, the difference between Italy and the States is the fact that online it's almost the same, you know. What goes viral comes first, you know. It's like he has a priority to the mainstream. But you also have the.
do you think going viral is a good thing?
It could be a good thing if you are Kanye West, but not the Hitler before the Hitler comment. Kanye West to me is genius because he knew that his marketing was the gossip and was doing
He
some
married
crazy
Kim
shit.
Kardashian.
Yeah, but even snatching the microphone off Taylor Swift's hands was in the hindsight was a genius move because he could back it up with timeless music. So when you are so sure, because this is what I lack. This is why I'm not what I would like to be, but because I'm very reserved. But if I had that little more like I don't give a fuck kind of attitude every day, I would be way higher because I know that I back it up with timeless music. Like it's flawless. Like of course you might not like it. Even Kanye West, there's people that don't like his music, but you cannot deny that it's great. So I'm very confident in my art. What I miss is going viral because I keep with myself, you know? I keep myself to myself. So going viral could be good if you can back it up with timeless art. If you are just a jerk, if you're just a goofy or like a phony, you go viral, you feel, you know, you fulfill your ego for a moment, and then you most likely get depressed because in a couple of months nobody's gonna give a shit anymore and you don't know what to do. And that's the worst thing ever.
When you record music, what's usually your process? Do you make beats specifically for what you're trying to say on your music, or
It's the other way around.
it's the other way around?
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, because I believe in the two sides of the brain, right? There is the logic side and there is the fantasy side, which is like your little kid in you. The little kid in you is here now, and the little kid in you is held back by the logic side. Thinks too much. He's the overthinker. He's the worrier, right? He worries, and he blocks out the fantasies, the ideas that you have. So sometimes when I'm driving, or while I'm taking a shower, or like I'm jogging or whatever, that's when, you know, doing like a mechanical movement, you basically you keep busy the logic side of your brain, so you free up the fantasy side of your brain. So my ideas come to me when I'm doing these things, when I'm training, and I write the ideas down
right away? Yeah.
yeah, and then I find the right beat that meets the idea. But usually it's the beat that suggests me a subject, right? So usually I need the beat. I need some chord progression for me to come out with some melodies, and then maybe like a subject. You know, it comes from the music most of the time. And when I go to the studio, yeah, like you know, I do melodies first in broken English, just faking English, and then I find the words to it.
So you actually like find the melodies in English?
Yeah,
That's
I
kinda
write in
crazy.
English as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Do you have music out there in English?
I one song long time ago. It's called Burn, but it's just an experiment. But I did.
It's released though? Or
It's
no?
released. One song is released, but it's just an experiment. It's not what I will sound like now. But I do. I'm planning to release some stuff, an EP or whatever under another name or whatever.
That'd be cool to do.
Yeah,
At
that'd
least
be
try
good.
it out.
That'd
You
be
know?
good. Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
Um.
I never get interviews.
Well, I mean, I want to know. I want to know, like, how is it for an Italian kid to grow up in Brooklyn,
Man, I think
and I want to know if all the stereotypes that we hear about Italian American are true.
some it's somewhat true.
Yeah.
I would say like for us, like a lot of stuff in the movies, people go by the movies a lot, you know. But you know, my whole family, they were all my Zias and Zios were born in Italy. So we were like always in America where the kids, oh, those kids are so Italian. In Italy, it's like, oh, gli americano sono arrivato, you know, like, sono arrivati, like, so wherever we were, when we're in America, we're too Italian.
You never fit.
When we're in Italy, yeah, we never fit. But I do fit the most with people whose parents were born in Italy.
You fit?
Yeah, like first generation, like me. And, you know, once you start getting so specific like that, you know, it's less and less people, but I get along with everybody. Like, I'm really happy to, like, push the culture forward.
Right.
And being a small bridge from America to Italy. You know, and now when I go to Italy, it's, like, super comfortable. Everyone shows love. So, like, I'm really grateful for being able to do this. You know?
Yeah, but what it feels to grow up in Brooklyn?
Yeah, I mean, it's all I know. Like, we grew up in apartments, you know, like, growing up, we lived in, you know, me and my sister pretty much shared a room. There was, like, a wall separating us. Now, like, leaving Brooklyn and going to Queens, you kind of more comfortable, more space. You have a backyard. You could do barbecues. You know, you have a pool. Like, you could enjoy life a little more in a different way.
Yeah, I always felt like America loved me, right? So do you feel the same love being Italian-American, though? Because when you are Italian, coming from Italy, and what I love about the States, people is curious. They want to know.
No,
they ask
I
questions.
don't think we feel love at all, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Because
I feel
for me,
like,
it's all love.
Yeah, for us, it's not. Because, one, when you say you're Italian-American, the first thing people are going to say is like, oh, you're in the mob. You know, or you're Guido. Or,
exactly.
Christopher Columbus. You know, like, there's so many negative things.
Right.
Like, before it actually gets to the positive. You know, I mean...
But from everybody? From every race?
Everybody, I feel... Not that it's like, hey, it's like almost like... Even on the social media, it's like... Now it's like everybody teases and stuff. But, like, don't get me wrong. With fellow Italians, like, and Italian-Americans, it's love. But, like, with the culture, like, other people... Like, people that aren't Italian, they look at us like almost look down on us. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Because of all the old shit, like mafia stuff. That's why we started the page.
Don't you think that deep down they respect that?
I think a lot of people don't understand.
They tell me the same things, but with that smile on their face.
Yeah. But I think people don't understand. You know, like that's really what it is, and that's why we do what we do. You know, I think things are much more different now than 6-7 years ago. Maybe just because in my life it is. You know,
probably.
But you know, I don't know if we went to like a random city where, you know, a lot of Italian Americans used to be, because the further generations get away, the less and less it becomes like Italian.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember the first time I was in Little Italy in the Bronx, though, where you can get the real Italians, you know, but their kids, they don't even know, they didn't even know where the city were like in Italy. The generation after,
they don't know.
They don't know much about it.
What about you? When you come visit, do you see, what do you view, like, what are your views on Italian Americans?
Unfortunately, I didn't really get enough time to spend with them.
You want to do like a dinner dance or something?
Huh?
We could do a dinner dance for you if you want.
A dinner dance?
Yeah, like old school, like $100 a head. Yeah. They get some food, you know?
I love that. But you want me to be honest? You want me to be me?
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, that's why we're here.
I love the Italian American culture. I love it. I just don't understand the hypocrisy about forgetting of being immigrants. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand the fact that, you know, because I follow a lot of pages, I read, and I want to find out. I don't understand why they talk down to immigrants when we are the country who actually invented the word immigrant.
Yeah, no, that's what I think about that all the time.
I just don't understand that. And the racism. I don't understand racism.
I don't get, listen, for me, I'm so humbled that my family was born in Italy, and now here we are today.
Yeah.
You know, I want to say my family's successful. Like, we do well for ourselves. But America is the only place where that could happen, where you could pack your bags and you could work 24 hours a day here.
Yeah.
You literally work every day, every minute, if you really want to. I feel like in Italy, you really can't. You know, like things close.
They shut down your dreams
like
before you
get there. And then It's also like you could work and then you won't get paid.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
in America, like we fight for people's rights to work. Like everything's in favor for people like that. You know, like people that are trying to make it.
Yeah. So why would you want that to the next person?
Exactly.
For the next person. I don't
Exactly.
understand.
And I agree because I've said it on this podcast a million times. Like I come from a family of like shepherds and farm
Right.
people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like my family comes from a farm. Like my mom was one of 8,
Right.
came here with nothing.
Yeah.
My dad's one of 6, and he came here later on.
Yeah. And you had a
So-
chance to make it big.
Exactly. And now, because of their sacrifices, I have a chance.
Yeah.
So to me, if someone's working hard and they're doing it
Yeah.
the right way, how could you not respect it? It's crazy
That's
not
something
to.
that I don't understand. It's something that I don't understand. Like,
I
but I
love-
love my people, though. That's why I speak on it. But I don't know. Sometimes some people, not everybody, some people can be a little bit, you know, ignorant about it and forget where they come from. I don't understand. And I don't understand. That is another thing that we could even cut it out if you don't like it. But Italian people and in general, and even some Italian American, they consider themselves white. So some of us are white, Caucasian. Some of us are not. So how can that's to double down?
I have a book somewhere here that's called Our Italians White. I have it somewhere here. It's funny. I said that recently. Me and my buddies were talking about it, but like, that's Italians. We're really not, like you said. Italians come from all different places of the world. That's everybody. So, you know, Moroccans, Africans, people from all over
Arabs.
the world,
Arabs.
all over Italy. So, I agree with you with that.
They just classify themselves as white, but that's ignorance because even though because we had like the Vikings in Sicily, we had the Arabs as well, we had the North African up until Naples, we had Spanish, Greeks, we had like centuries of wars, but also business with the Middle East, with North Africa. Imagine how many babies after the Second World War, right? So many black babies were born because the American soldier would in gravity would get the women pregnant and abandon them because they need to go back to the States. So we have like tarantella music, like we have like some very traditional songs that are about black babies coming out the vaginas, and no, it's true. Because there is a song that is called, it's super famous, one of the most famous Napolitan songs. That is about this black baby they call Ichiro, and they are called sons of war. We have many sons of war. There is a musician in Naples which goes James Senese. It's Pino Daniele saxophone player, right? He's black, and he was born by an American father who was a soldier during the war. He's a son of the war.
What time frame was this, like in the world?
After the Second World War, the late 40s and 50s. Okay. So it's plenty mixed people that gave birth to other people. It's plenty. The World War went on for years. It's plenty. Like, we have so much in our DNA that we cannot classify as, and therefore they're racist because you think you're white and you look down somebody who has a little bit of color, but you don't know about your history then.
To me, if you're proud to be Italian, even like people that have no Italian in them at all, but they like love what we post, like that's really the purpose of our page, is to keep people together.
And together. Yeah.
Not to make people argue,
Right.
So
yeah, but one thing I want to say, in the rap world, because I believe you come from the rap world, right? That's the main passion. The rap world has always looked at us Italian with respect. You didn't feel that?
100%.
Okay.
Like, we're always in songs, like,
Right. Naming itself
food
after
the cult, like mob
Mobs.
figures.
Yeah.
Jay-Z does all of them. So yeah, I feel that's why every time there's like something like Italian in a rap song, like we always like send it to each other.
Right.
We quote it like,
because rap is the music of the streets, so sometimes it's gang related, sometimes it's just like the CNN or the ghetto, whatever. So even them seeing us Italians as non-blacks, but having us the street cred, maybe we are the only race they really embrace in the streets, and they feel like there is a mutual respect because of the background, maybe, no?
I mean, Jay-Z said like so many like about Italian American like culture in his songs.
Yeah.
Like the song with Rick Ross, he went crazy, and like when I heard that verse, I was like, oh my god, like we were so excited, you know.
Right.
But
Even Drake says a lot of Italian. Yes,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of Italian friends.
yeah, Drake. I mean, Toronto has so many Italians too. So,
right.
but yeah, that's why I'm super happy like to connect and do whatever I can for the Italian rappers and Italian artists when they come to New York, and hopefully it only gets bigger and better from here.
Definitely. It will. I think, the more interviews you do, the more people come to you. Obviously, not everybody will speak English, but
You think I should try to do interviews in Italian, or maybe we have?
It depends
like,
on
a
your
translator?
purpose. It depends on your purpose because actually, like, we can use subtitles. If Italian people they can read, but I don't know. I don't think American people would listen to an interview in Italian.
Maybe they'll watch the video with the subtitles. I think that's gotta be like the next thing.
But I think the whole purpose is to bring Italy here.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
Yeah, like me and Joliet, when he was here, we were talking about doing it. He's like, saying, I'm gonna practice, But yeah, like
He has to
that's why
practice Italian
I was so surprised that you spoke so much English,
Who, me?
Yeah, you speak a lot of English.
Yeah, but I grew up in London and New York as well.
You might be the best English-speaking Italian artist.
Thank you. Yeah, probably.
Maybe there's an award for that. Maybe that could be the Growing Up Italian Award. Like this year's best.
That would be
That would be nice, right?
Yes. Yeah. Finally, I win an award.
What time are we? What time are we at?
1:25.
Okay. Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Already? Okay then.
So let's get him to do like an introduction.
Yeah. Just close out the show.
All right. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure to follow Luche on social media. We'll put it in the description.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming, bro.
Oh, thanks
Best
for
of luck
having
with
me.
everything. Much love.